Good morning, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to another live stream. It's today the deadline stream for game week 6. How quick did that come around, guys? Especially with this whole European football that's taken place. I hope everyone's well. Bright and early today, so the deadline is slightly later than usual. Usually it's around the 11 o'clock mark because of the early kickoff. However, today it's 3 o'clock the first game, so the deadline, or I should say the deadline, kind of like the time itself, UK, it's 1:30. So we have just over 2 hours to select our squads. So we're going to be discussing what's going on, what's the latest news, will we get any team leaks for Man City? We'll go through all of that. But I hope everyone's keeping well and are looking forward to game week 6 as a deadline. So what's we looking forward to this game week then, eh? I think Man City is going to be the big one, especially with the amount of managers that have brought in Alvarez. I think it's over 1 million managers that have actually brought him in. So can you imagine if he's benched this week? That would be pretty hilarious, right? But no, overall, looking forward to this game week. In terms of transfers, 2 transfers so far for myself. I've taken a -4. So Botman came in for Romero and Alvarez has come in for Jackson. Pretty simple, straightforward. Fixtures look fairly good. I've got a few more moves lined up, but no more hits for the next 3 or 4 weeks. So I'm looking fairly solid. God forbid if there's any injuries or anything like that at all. I think one of the biggest decisions I've had this week so far has probably been Chilwell or Gusto. There's no information, no news. Mudryk was pretty awful last week in his position, but I'm not entirely sure what Pochettino really wants to do. Even when Chelsea went to the back 4, they had Colwell and Gusto as the two kind of like, left back and right back. So I'm not entirely sure what it's looking like for Chilwell. I haven't got rid of him as of yet because he's not a fire that I need to put out immediately. But I think Gusto is more of a safe pick. There's higher ceiling with Chilwell, but in terms of what we got in terms of Gusto, I think, until James doesn't return, I think he's pretty safe and nailed to play. Aston Villa at home is not going to be an easy game. To be fair, they are home, but I actually favour Aston Villa. I think another thing which I'm looking forward to is potentially, hopefully Eze can repay me for my faith. How much longer will he last in my squad? I have no idea, but on a level, it's about time I think he gives me some returns. Looking forward to the North London derby though. Oof, Maddison, Son, Jesus, Saka, Martinelli I think might be out in this one. Odegaard, we've got plenty of I'd say talent on show. So let's see how much that swings that day. I'm not going to say I haven't been tempted to put the captaincy on Mbumo. Everton at home is such a tempting game. But hey, let's wait and see who plays indeed. Guys, if you're new around here, please do hit the like and subscribe button. Can Salah go big this week against West Ham? West Ham's a tough game at home tomorrow. I think the question is going to be moving forward, is it going to be Ward-Prowse, Diaby, or do we own both? That's pretty interesting to know. I think I know who I'm leaning more towards. I'm more towards Ward-Prowse. It's because of the whole set-piece threat that they have. It's not as if they're not going to have set pieces during the game, right? Diaby's a great asset as well, but look at the kind of huge targets he has to aim for every single time he takes a corner, or maybe even a free kick, to be fair. I'm surprised no one at the press conference yesterday asked Poch, come on mate, tell us a bit more about Chilwell. Is he starting or not? Literally no mention whatsoever. It's quite weird because on Sky Sports, when I was watching the live game last week, the commentator mentioned that there was a knock to Chilwell. However, I've heard about it nowhere, read about it nowhere. So I'm not entirely sure. Was it actually a knock that actually kept him out? Or was it actually simply just tactical, as Poch said during his post-match interview? So we just have to wait and see who gets where. In terms of rank, obviously losing the -4, I think I'll be around the 280, 290,000. I'll drop a few places. This is based on live FPL net at the start of the game week, but I think that'll be worth it in the long run. I couldn't go through the next 5 games without having any Newcastle coverage. I think people are even doubling or tripling up on it. So we'll just have to wait and see. Sheffield United away seems like a good fixture, but even teams like Man City failed to score there easily. They scored, but it was a challenge to the end. So we have to wait and see what this game week brings. I think I've got half my team playing today and half of it playing tomorrow. So as long as I can maintain my rank today, I think I'll be fairly satisfied and happy with what's going to be happening in this game week. So guys, what are your transfer moves? Anyone in the house? Drop some messages through. Let's discuss. What are your transfer plans? Has anyone hit the wild card? Let's find out from you guys. Hopefully we can get some Man City lineup leaks nice and early. So let's go through some of the fixtures today. So what do we have in terms of the fixtures? So Crystal Palace Fulham. So in terms of Eze, I'm really hoping that, from a home game, he can actually hit it off and smash it. Then we've got Luton and Fulham. Luton and Wolves, Luton and Wolves. Can Luton get their first win at home? Wolves have been absolutely woeful in front of goal. Man City Forest is going to be the one to watch. But we can't watch it in the UK, so probably going to be listening to it on the radio. And then we've got Brentford Everton. Brentford Everton's going to be a good game, I reckon. Brentford should win that game at home. But Everton showed some spark last game week at home. They do look woeful, though. I think they're probably going to go down this season. Henry is a big loss, but we have to see what's going on. Obviously, he returns probably next year, I'd say. He's not going to miss. He's going to miss the rest of the season. Burnley Man United's going to be a big one. Can United get their first win? Can Onana get me a clean sheet? That's going to be a big one to see. So we've got complete hypnosis. Hey, any advice on my team? Pickford, Saliba, Estupinian, Udogi, Eze, Maddis, Saka, Bruno, Salah, Alvarez, Haaland. 2 free transfers, 0.2 million in the bank. 0.2 in the bank. With Eze, I'm keeping him this game week as a good fixture. I personally would not do anything this game week. Saliba, you could potentially take out for a Newcastle defender. That would be something that I'd recommend. Botman, potentially. That would be the only change I'd have in your squad. Complete hypnosis is basically I'd take out Saliba and I would bring in Botman or Share. I think that's how you pronounce it, for this game week. Because I think the fixtures are it's just a better fixture. I'd rather not have the Arsenal playing the defense, or Arsenal defense facing Tottenham attack, even though they are home. But I'd rather go for a Newcastle defense, which you can invest in for at least 4 to 5 game weeks. Otherwise, your team looks absolutely solid. Martinelli for Foden. Martinelli, buddy, I think he might be injured. To be fair, didn't he have a hamstring strain? He's not fully fit. If I'm not, let's have a look. Martinelli. Foden against Forest. I'd keep Foden. I wouldn't get rid of him this game week. I'd definitely keep Foden, Stunner. Yeah, Martinelli's got a flag next to him anyway. You have a 50% chance of playing. Even if he didn't have a flag, I personally still would prefer to have Phil Foden against Nottingham Forest, especially at home. I don't see a reason to drop him because even Bernardo Silva's now at the moment out of action. So if anything, that kind of solidifies his position to start. But yeah, no, if that was me personally, Stunner 256, I would keep Foden and not bring him in for Martinelli. I'd give Foden at least 2 more weeks because he's got Wolves after, which are 2 decent games, and after that, Man City's fixtures get a bit more tough. But even Martinelli, Foden for Martinelli, yeah, perfect, yeah. Sorry, I was going to say, I would personally bring in Foden. I would, and the reason why is because the fixtures just look really good. I know they've got Arsenal in game week 8, Brighton, and then Manchester United, but I generally believe that in all 5 games he can have an input. So overall, I think I think it would be a good shot to bring him in. Complete Homelessness, good Pickford replacements. I mean, Flecken's pretty decent, I would say. I know you got 0.2, but I would say David Raya for Arsenal seems decent, but I know he's got a few difficult fixtures coming up. But I would say Flecken, within the budget that you have at the moment, for me, if I could choose a goalkeeper to go through for the next 5 game weeks, I'd probably choose Pope if I had the budget. Unfortunately, I don't have the budget for that. Actually, hold on. What about Aston Villa? Give me 1 second. They've got some really good fixtures coming up. Martinez, 4.9 mil. It might just be outside your overall budget amount, but you know, after the next 2 games, they've got Wolves, West Ham, Luton, Nottingham Forest. Plenty of greenery there, so maybe even Martinez might be a good shout for a goalkeeper. Plenty of save points in him, right? Sard, good morning. Foden, Son, Madison, and Bumo, Bruno, Wissa, Alvarez, Haaland. Need to drop one of them. Who to drop? Vissa's got Everton at home. That's the only thing. Foden, Son, Madison, and Bumo, Bruno. I mean, out of all of them, I mean, they're all good. I mean, Wissa's got Everton at home. It's out of the players that you just listed there on screen for me. I'm tempted to either bench Bruno or Wissa. More likely Wissa, because Bruno, you've got the chance of penalties. So I don't want to, not have the opportunity to, just in case United get a penalty. And probably a bit of United bias is coming into me side as well. So I would personally say I would go for probably Wissa on the bench. And I can't believe I'm saying that with Everton as well. That's the thing, when you have so many attackers, you just got to choose 7 out of the 8. That's where it becomes challenging. That's why, at least I know with Archer, I never have a debate of whether I want to play him or not. I wanted to play him against Everton, and I did. Sard, currently I've benched Madison. Brave. I mean, I know it's Arsenal away, but Madison's been in just sublime form, right? Sard, because Arsenal defender. Okay, fair enough. So you got an Arsenal defender on there. Not a bad shot. Is there anyone else you could play from your bench in terms of defence rather than Arsenal? Because I don't see that being a 0-0, by the way. Now I'll put the mockers on there. I just don't see it being a 0-0. Sard, yeah, I fear Whistle will get a haul against Everton. That's the thing. They all have such great fixtures. But Madison, I do get it. The fixture can be that way, for sure. How many players do I have playing tonight? 1? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 players playing tonight. Anyone going against Haaland for captaincy in the stream here? I'd like to hear who you're picking for your captaincy. Any non-Haaland captainers? Any brave guns out there? Futji, Udogi or Gabriel? Out of the 2, personally I'd go Udogi. Bit more of an attacking prospect, really. So I was saying Arsenal defence is good, that's why I bench Madison. My defence is Udogi, Estupinian, Botman, bench Chilwell for Udogi, Kuzmins. I've benched Chilwell as well. I have no idea if he's starting or not, so to be brutally honest. Arsenal's defence is solid, don't get me wrong. But I just don't see it being a 0-0. The North London derby's always got goals in them. So that'll be interesting to see. Gabriel's got a good upside of obviously set pieces, but then Udogi's got kind of like forward runs as well, so it's going to be a quite close one. But yeah, I do get your perspective of benching Madison. I do get it. Complete Hopeless says, I was thinking of getting out Madison and get a City defender for Nottingham and Wolves. Do you think that's a bad idea? If not, which City defence is most nailed? Personally, I'd keep Madison on a level. I know he's got 2 difficult games, but keep complete homeless. Do not get rid of any kind of like Spurs assets. They can still score, by the way. For a Man City defender, it's not a bad choice. It's always about choosing the correct one. No one's nailed in that team, right? At the moment, obviously barring Alvarez, as Pep said. But I would say personally, if you were going to go for any Man City defender who was pretty much most nailed on so far this season, at number one is going to be probably Ruben Dias, but he's 5.5 mil. And number two, I'd say Ake. He just keeps starting. Ake would just keep playing, or Kyle Walker at the moment. But I would go in the order of defenders: Dias, Ake, and then followed by Kyle Walker. Futchi says thoughts on Akanji. Akanji, yeah. Was it Ake? I just said Akanji. Sorry, Akanji. I said Ake. So sorry, guys. It was Akanji I was talking about. So number one, it will be Dias, followed by Akanji. The guy just gets minutes. He's starting regularly. Let's have a look how many minutes he's played so far. Man City. And let's look at their minutes. Minutes played. So at number one, you got Kyle Walker, who's played every single minute, followed by Akanji. There we are. It wasn't Ake, it was Akanji, I was saying. Followed by Ruben Dias. So I'd say, going by minutes so far, that's how they're nailed. But I'll go Ruben, Akanji, and then Walker. Assad, you're tempting me to bench Bruno or Wissa for Maddison now. I mean, it's not about... All I'm going to say is both teams are going to play high lines. They're not going to... Like, North London derbies are not designed to be 0-0. The crowd won't accept it. So they're not going to shut up shop, by the way. So there's going to be goals in there. So if you've got defenders in there who you think are going to get you clean sheets, no. If you've got defenders in there that can get you, like, potential returns, like attacking returns, I can understand that. But I just can't see them not going toe-to-toe with each other. And I believe that, you know, if you're going to look at Spurs attacking potential, obviously Son, Maddison are kind of like the main talisman. Then you've got Richarlison if he plays, Kulusevski. We just got a lot going on at the moment, and I just think I want to have some action of that. And plus, Maddison's just been in insane form so far this season, guys. How much is he on so far? 30 points, 5 starts, 4 returns. Yeah, I can't see him benching him. And the ownership's insane as well. 31% of managers own him. So if he does well and I have him on my bench, that's just, yeah. I know ownership shouldn't determine your overall selection, but yeah, it's just too much risk to take. Sarge, should I bench Bruno or Wissa? Difficult. Personally, you got Wissa at home against Everton. The way I see it, with Wissa, I want to back my statement up with some facts. Let me just check what I've got before I start giving some false facts away. So Brentford, yeah, minutes played. Wissa, 419 minutes. So he's not lost too many minutes, to be fair. So he's got 71, 78, 90, 90, 90. So I think he's pretty much going to play most of the 90 minutes this game. Based on that information, I'm just going to reassess my options. I personally think out of them two, Wissa or Bruno, I'd play Wissa. The home fixture, Bruno's away to Burnley. It's a tough fixture, that, by the way. Even Man City struggled in the first kind of game week there. So home against Everton, I just feel like, you know, there's a good haul potentially there. Sard, what are you eating, Mo? Oh, it's just a chocolate bar. Cadbury's caramel, golden caramel chocolate. I've had it for a few days. It's a big bar, so I'm just taking little pieces. It's quite addictive once you have one piece. But I haven't had any breakfast, so that's not good. Still not too far. Is Chilwell going to start? I don't know the answer to that, to be fair. That's why I've benched him. I don't know. I've gone for a safe pick personally myself. I just don't know. I don't know if Chilwell's going to start. The thing is, if Chilwell starts, if I knew he was 100% guaranteed to start, he'd be in my squad. But I'm just going for a bit more of a safety option with Gusto, because I think Gusto will start. I'm just not too sure. I'm just not sure if he's going to start or not. I'm very, very... Oh, what's the right thing to say? I'm very nervous about not playing him. And to be fair, he's not been that great since game week 1. So knowing my luck, he's probably going to get a goal and a return. Because every time I've benched Gusto, the guy's got double hauls. So he got 14. That game I benched him, and then he got 6 last week. So I've missed out on 20 points from him. Whereas when I played Chilwell in those games, sorry, where I played Chilwell in those games, 6 and 0. So yeah, the 14-point swing. So yeah, I'm not going to risk it at the moment, guys. Thank you so much for your question, guys. Thank you for joining. If you're new around here, please do give us a subscribe and hit that like button too. The family is growing. Oh, 11:46, just under 2 hours now to the deadline. Salah's ownership's gone up a fair bit, 29%. Definitely, I must say, it must be about at least 500,000 managers that have brought this guy in. They're coming around. They're coming around. They're starting to believe. Transfers in this round. Alisson Becker got 47,000 transfers in. Not bad. Robertson's got a fair few transfers in. 315k managers brought him in. I wish I could bring Darwin in if he was more of a regular. That guy's just insane. Oh, I'm so excited about this week, honestly. I just can't wait. If Eze could come off good for me, I think I'll have a good game week. Eze is the player that I need to really fire. And Onana clean sheet, perfect. FPL Envo said, I don't want to see Alvarez. What Alvarez it is. Yeah, Alvarez, I mean, the guy's been brought in by over 1 million managers. Yeah, 28.5. I brought him in 6 days ago. He was 19% owned. I can't believe we still haven't hit 10 million managers in this game. I thought last year we hit 10 mil. We would hit about 11 to 12 mil this season. Unbelievable. Can't believe it's my birthday in 4 days. Turning good old 34. 34 years young. Hopefully United can give me a birthday present by actually winning a game. But Højlund looked good. Højlund looked good, to be absolutely honest. I think he'll come off well. Just needs a bit more game time. Saad brought Alvarez in game week 3. IG. Nice, nice. You got ahead of the curve, right? It'd be really interesting to know if anyone's actually captaining Alvarez over Haaland this week. That would be interesting to know. Let's have a look on Twitter if there's any team releases going on at the moment. Man City team will definitely come out. Definitely. Nothing on what I can see so far. God, I'm so tempted, man. Nah, nothing so far. Nothing so far, guys. So sorry I missed it. It was your birthday. No, not today, Sard. It's on Wednesday. So Wednesday it's my birthday. Sard, FPL main road retweeted the predicted team saying it's very close to the original. Fair dues. Fair dues. Oh man, I'm thinking between Chilwell and Gusto is still annoying me a bit. Oh. I don't know. I think I might still make a change last minute. That's the only thing. I can't decide between Gusto and Chilwell. I really want to play Chilwell. That's the thing. Annoying. Bojan, I hope you're well. Anderson, Bell, Kabore, Luton. Anderson, Bell, or Kabore. I really like Anderson from Crystal Palace, to be fair. I like Anderson. Kabore, I'm not being too impressed by him, to be fair. I know he's got a double game week coming up for Luton, but I'm not too impressed by him. Bell was from Luton as well. Yeah, Luton can't keep a clean sheet. Out of all three of them, definitely Anderson. And I think that's in the right order as well, of my preference as well. Thank you for messaging, Bojan. A lot of new names we are seeing here this stream, guys. Thank you so much for coming into our stream, liking, subscribing, and messaging. Oh, gotta be done, man. Shall I? Fine. Chilwell back in. I'll leave it like this for now, and if I get any like cold feet later, I'll change it. 28% of managers own him. Let's have a look at Chelsea right now. Transfers in. 262,000 managers have brought him in. Hold on, let me refresh this. I'm sure I saw more than that. I'm certain I saw more than that yesterday. Has the screen updated properly? Transfers in around. Not price rise. Transfer. Oh, okay. So it's 266,000 managers have brought him in. Let's see how many managers have taken out in this round. Chilwell, 400. Nearly 500,000 managers, sorry, have taken him out. Jeez. Don't know what's going to happen, man. Assad. Saliba and Jackson to Trippier and Morris. Are you going to go for the double game week for Luton Morris? I mean, look, I personally ain't going to go for Morris, but if that's something that you feel you have a good hunch about, not a bad shout. Jackson, definitely get rid. Trippier's a really good move as well, by the way. But how long term are you going to keep Morris for? How about Edouard for Crystal Palace? Complete honest. What do you think about Luton's Morris double game week 7? I reckon he's going to be a troll like Meneda. I think personally, look, with the double game week, we have to go by obviously information that we've got so far from him. I've not been too impressed by Luton as a whole. Yes, he's on penalties. Do I see them getting a win in those games? Potentially one. So the way I weigh it out is there a player that I reckon will get more points than him over one game week than having him? And plus, you've got to look after your transfers. The way I see it, if you've got 2 free transfers and you've got no other fires to put out, go for the Morris pick because then you're not technically losing out on anything. But if it's a vital one transfer, it's not worth it playing it for him, if that makes sense. Personally, I wouldn't go for Morris. That's just me. Even if I had the ability to, I wouldn't play him. But he could do well. And yeah, it's definitely looking like a Emmanuel Dennis red card. I'm joking, it's not going to be that bad. Sad, but most of us are not playing Chilwell. We'll transfer him out next week or Shah Trippier. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Do you know what? I'm just going to play with my gut. I want Gusto. End of. I want Gusto. No more discussion. If Chilwell gets 12 points, my luck. I reckon there should be like before the game week starts, the team should announce their teams, and then we should pick our teams based on this. Makes FPL far too much like stress when this happens. Which games are being televised tomorrow? Arsenal Spurs. Oh, Arsenal Spurs at 2 o'clock. Surprise! I thought that'd be the 4:30 kickoff. Got to change my plans now. Sheffield United, Newcastle at 4:30. Interesting. I generally thought that the Arsenal game was 4 o'clock. Oh, but then 2 o'clock I'll know how my game week's gone basically because I've only got Botman to play. By 4 o'clock tomorrow I'll be in a happy mood or a miserable mood. One of the two. I think this game week we've moved away mostly from the template. So it's going to be interesting to see who plays who, where, and how long for. That's going to be interesting to know what transfers actually have been brought in or which transfers actually do well. Asim, bench Chilwell, Saliba. Oh my god, Chilwell again. I've just benched him, to be fair, mate. Honestly, I don't know. Chilwell's got the better fixture. I say better fixture. I think Aston Villa are favourites in that game. I've just benched Chilwell because I don't know if he's going to start or not. That's the only problem. Thing with Saliba, you're nailed starting him. He's going to start. That's nailed, right? But with Chilwell, he comes on last game week for about like, how long did he come on for? 10 minutes, got a yellow card, got me 0 points. What a waste. And I had Gusto on the bench who got me 6 points. So, I don't know. Like, out of the two, if I had both of them, I'd go Saliba personally, mate. Just to be safe, Hassan. Just go for Saliba. If you want to play that risk, high ceiling, high reward, we'll see. I mean, Chilwell might be a better option. I'm wondering if anyone's put like triple captaincy on any player this week. You're going to get someone who's got it on someone really random this week and be top at number one. They'll probably like triple captain someone like, let's say random, who could we pick? Who's done really well recently? I don't know, someone like a Jarrod Bowen or a Ward Prowse or someone like that, and then they'll probably end up getting like 35 points from them. Asim, thanks. No worries, Asim. Thank you so much for coming and messaging. It's 12 o'clock. 1.5 hours to go. 1.5 hours to go. We're going to be back here tomorrow night, guys, with the knee-jerk reaction. I just want a good, solid week, man. 60 points and above. And above average, obviously. I don't want everyone else to get like 72 points average and I'm on 60. But obviously, I want to be above average, but 60. 60 points, nice. Sophie says Jackson or Pedro. Who's Brighton got? Bournemouth at home. I'll go Pedro. I think Pedro's far better. Far better. Oh man, I'm still getting doubts about Chilwell. By the way, guys, I might be having like a nurse coming to see my mum. So if the bell does go, I might need to rush. 12 o'clock, 1.5 hours to go. I love doing knee-jerk reactions compared to deadline streams because I feel so much more relaxed. I know the outcome at the moment. My heartbeat's a bit all over the place. Time to have a break. Have a Kit Kat. Watch someone brave in the world, triple captain Jackson, and he gets a haul this week. Kit Kat sponsor him. I should get a sponsor for them. It is one of my favourite chocolates, by the way. Or is it a biscuit? I don't know. Chocolate biscuit? Why have I been so like unsure about one transfer? One player, Chilwell or no Chilwell? How would I feel? Would I feel worse if I played Chilwell and he didn't play and I know what that outcome is? Or would I be more upset if I didn't play him? Oh, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Completely. Leno, Trippier, Saliba, Stepanian, Odegaard, Bruno, Harlow, Watkins. 1 free transfer, 0.6 mil in the bank. Any advice on this team? It's a good team, to be fair. On that team, personally, I would say maybe Watkins for Alvarez. That's the only thing I could see in that one. But otherwise, a really good, solid team. Sard, why not you doggy first bench? I don't know. I see Arsenal scoring. Stunner, Dino, Cash. I'd say Cash at the 2. Sard, are we sure Estupinian will start? No. I don't know. There's too much uncertainties. Magic, hey and Clinky, hope you're doing well, mate. Should Gusto versus Villa be better? Or Bell versus Wolves at home? I would say Gusto versus Villa. This Gusto versus Chilwell is going to annoy me. So Villa are scoring as well. Oh yeah, I know that for sure. But I don't know. It's just Chelsea defense or Luton. I rather back Chelsea's, to be fair. So the next 2 weeks, guys, there's not going to be any deadline streams. I thought I'd pop in for a little while today just to have a little catch up with you guys, but I'm at work for the next 2 weeks when the deadlines are happening. So obviously Knee Jerk will obviously every Sunday. I believe that will happen about 6:30 to 7 o'clock. So that will take place. Eze or Diaby long term? Diaby. Long term for sure, Magic. Eze won't be in my team for much longer, I can assure you. Probably another couple of weeks. He's been a disaster. Unlucky. Unlucky for me. But as soon as I take him out, guys, not to worry, he'll start smashing it. That's just the way it works. Oh, man. Why's Chelsea game have to be tomorrow? Why can't it be today? I think we're going to have a lot more of this now, because obviously like the Europa League, there's a lot more teams. Fixtures happening on Thursday, so more games might happen on Sundays now. Or even Monday night. Cool. I've just got a message, guys. I would have to be going. Oh, one more question. Would you start João Pedro or Jackson? I would start Pedro. I would say even as a sub, he'll probably score more. I would say Pedro, in my opinion, a random penguin. Cool. I'm going to call it a day, guys. Thank you so much, because I've got someone who's coming into the house, so I need to answer the door in a bit. But I'll be back tomorrow. Thought I'd pop in for a little bit and have a catch up with you guys. But thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for everything. I hope you guys have a good game week. Get this transfers nailed in. And I'll be back tomorrow.